Oh, that's right. It's episode 46 of
Six.
Rinkside. It's Pawtai and Supreme here this evening. Great to have you. It's been a big week, and there's big, adventures ahead. Supreme, what's going down in your sanctuary? It looks fantastic behind you tonight.
Yeah, man. As the viewers might know, I had this big move planned and finally completed it. And I was able to put up the sanctuary finally, get up all my stuff. I'd like to talk about it right quick. Some of the stuff's a little bit important to me. And I've never been able to share. Like right here, right quick, wherever it is, right there, it's a pizza box. Might be nothing to the viewers, but that's a famous pizza spot in my hometown, Antigonish. A lot of famous people go. And then, of course, we got Nathan McKinnon, the hometown kid in Nova Scotia, one of the best hockey players in the history of the world. Of course, the famous Montreal Canadiens, wherever that is, right there. Couple different fancy paintings. We got the Eye of the Storm right there. And then on my right, we have a Matty Beniers Young Guns card. Sorry about the reflection. And then my Slavkovsky Young Guns card. Trying to add to the collection and build to the sanctuary. What's going on in Paladin's Penthouse?
Oh man, no topping that. So cool to see you get acclimated and put up your sanctuary in your new home. Congratulations on the journey. So great to
Thank
hear
you.
that you and your family made it there safe and are having like an awesome time in your new home there. Audie's Penthouse is about to step abroad to Canada coming up. Be landing in Calgary. We'll be in Canmore, Banff, Lake Louise, Jasper, then Calgary, Toronto, and then back at home. It'll be a 2 week trip. It's going to be fantastic. And now let's move over to what went down in week 5. So coming out of week 5, there were a few standout bouts. Shout out to Turku, who finished the week with 2 wins in the division over Florence and Glasgow. These were huge and kept them from falling too far behind early on. Then Jacksonville over Boston on Friday to pass Boston for the Atlantic Division lead. Big match over there with Tennessee over Manitoba to help keep in the playoff race in the Rocket. That's what we saw go down in week 5. Let's turn our attention to the upcoming games in week 6. First off, we've got Florence's test against the 3, 4, and 5th ranked with Copenhagen, Boston, and Las Vegas coming in. Then you've got Tennessee against Alaska. Good fight, middle of the pack for playoff positionings. So some big bouts coming through. And let's turn our attention now to some of the plays that made up these weeks. All right, number 10, we got Fleury passing it off to Kamenev for a nice little bucket right there. Number 9, Lee has the puck, positioning it to Green,
Nice
who's
drop.
Green with the
Oh, that was a nice one.
absolutely. Number 8 coming in. See who's got it. Harper to Green with the one-timer. Number 7. Oh, looks like a theme here. Who could this be? Oh, is that Deacon Levy?
Ooh,
Oh,
nice deep.
somebody Levy.
Lee Levy.
All right, Minion's got the puck, passes it to Pawtai. Pawtai flips it back for a nice one-timer over the glove, serving
Nice
it in the oven.
pass. Nice pass over to Minion.
Oh, 5. All right, Thump's got the puck, coming up. Got it to Madison. Oh, with the forehand, backhand, Jack Brown. Oh, Flurry. Oh, Alpaca with the block. Next, we got a face-off. Who's that? Is that Pawtai? Pawtai's winning the face-off. Oh, Grits through it. Oh, with the long arm into the goal.
Body with the shot.
All right, number 2, we got Helmsley coming in. Ooh,
Nice
there's
little
it.
backhand on the shootout goal.
And number 1, Lee over to Green. Check this out. Oh,
Oh, what a shot.
yeah.
Green making Miami look silly right there.
It's a good shot. Gotta respect it. Oh, come over here. All right, and next up, we've got the power rankings that you can see covered in here. There's a lot going into this Supreme. You're looking at them as well as me. What are you taking these for?
Yeah, the for the power rankings this week, we got lots of different categories here with the overall offense, defense, special teams, and goaltenders. Of course, we got Boston on top of goaltenders. Nobody seems to be able to put the puck in the back of the net against Boston. They're a strong team this year, and on top of that, with the defense as well, you can expect them to go far this year, or at least try to. And then, yeah, there's the power rankings are looking pretty good this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at the top as well, the other filled positions are overall offense and special teams with Jacksonville.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
think who would win if it were,
Ja-
offense versus defense, and now you add in
Jacksonville
special
versus
teams versus
Boston.
goalie.
Yeah, yeah. With Jacksonville versus Boston there in the overall 1 and 2, you got the best offensive team and the best defensive team. You never know, really, but realistically, with the best offensive team, the defense should be able to shut them down. And if, well, I guess Jacksonville is on top of defense too, so it's a tight battle right there. I just noticed that's crazy. It's a good 1-2 punch right there at the top with Copenhagen
Absolutely.
hanging right there on number 3 on overall offense and defense. So power rankings are looking good. Plotty, what do you think?
I'm looking at like these power rankings like a geologist would look at slices of dirt. And what I'm seeing is there's like a common line between overall offense, defense, and special teams of Albuquerque, like holding strong in
Mm,
like sixth position, maybe a seventh. They
6-7,
they
six
do
seven.
drop
Yeah,
to a ninth in goalie, but I'm just
yeah,
saying that could be like a vein of gold. Maybe you should
yeah.
be betting your points on Albuquerque whenever the gambles go up.
Yeah, the definitely with the special teams there, Potty. That's where teams can really take charge and gain some clearance on the standings. Special teams, because guys that teams that take a lot of penalties and stuff, and if teams like Jacksonville, Florence, Glasgow, Vegas, Miami sitting Miami right there at 5. That's surprising actually this week, but it's good to see it. But yeah, the teams of special teams, they can go a long way as long as they can hold on. They can really push for a playoff run and a cup.
Absolutely. And let's see how those teams are performing in the current standings. As you can see in the Rocket, we've got Las Vegas with 30. So 3 points behind is Albuquerque with 27. And then 5 points behind that. So an even bigger divide is Alaska in third. Then Manitoba's 1 point behind. They're tied with Honolulu. Manitoba coming first in terms of goal differential. Tennessee with 20. Columbus with 18, so 2 point drop. 2 point drop then down to San Diego and Sapporo, respectively, and North Bay with 15. So all around, if you look at the highest score divided by the lowest score, it's a factor of 2. What do you think?
Yeah, it's looking good. Like where are we at here? The hockey, Mr. Hockey race is looking pretty tight at the top. It's not very many points in between Florence, Jacksonville, Copenhagen. There's 1 point in between the three of them, and then I see Boston's there at 31. So they're right there
32.
in the mix as well. 32 as well. Oh, sorry, it's a little small on my screen, but yeah, they're sitting there at 32 points. So it's a 2 point differential in the top 4 teams. So Mr. Hockey is definitely, as we've been saying all season long, they are fighting for their lives right now. But you know what? All four of those teams, I can guarantee you right now, they're going to make the playoffs, and one of those teams is probably going to go pretty far. As far as the Rocket goes, we got Vegas sitting in first with 30, and then Albuquerque 27. Alaska is at 22. So there's a little bit of a gap there. Vegas and Albuquerque, I don't feel like they have anything to worry about over the next couple of weeks. But Alaska, Manitoba, and Honolulu and Tennessee, they're fighting to try to push for the top. But overall, the standings are looking good, and the top teams are still hanging on.
Right on, right on. Well, that's been the pros. Let's turn our attention to the minors. Supreme, what's our take on the minors?
Yeah, well, the minors this year, Prague's still sitting close to the top. They've been playing good all year. I don't think they've cracked. They've either been one or two all season long. I don't think they've ever dropped. So yeah, with Prague at 19, Chicago's got 16. Montreal sitting two below Chicago at 14. Then you got Pittsburgh with 12, Zurich with 10, and Toronto rightfully at the bottom. Not goals, just real NHL. I got to make fun of them a little bit, just Toronto. But yeah, they're sitting there at the bottom with 7. But Prague, they're trying to run away with it this year at 9-2-1. Uh, yeah, hopefully in Montreal, the team I coach, hopefully we can catch up to those boys. But they got a tight group over there, and they got a good team.
Well, it sure sounds that way, and let's see how we sway in the league leaders right now for the pros. So shout out to Voodoo on Miami, obviously coming in with 18 goals this season. That's 4 ahead of Chris Lee, that's in second. Um, it's interesting if you look at, we've played 20 games so far, so 18 divided by 20 is 0.9. That's like goals per
Mhm.
game. Now, Chester Chess holds the record for 37 goals, and there are 53 games played in a season. So if you divide 37 by 53, it rounds up to 0.07 goals per game. So Voodoo's on pace to break that record as long as this, zero point 0.9 goals per game persists.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think Voodoo will be able to hold on to it. Potty. There's a good new structure down in Miami now, so Voodoo's definitely gonna get lots of opportunities to break some records this year. So
Awesome. Well, that's what we like to hear. So let's see the assist leaders. We have Bo Diddle with 16, but only 1 point behind is Fulton Reed and Telemac Scarborough, each with 15. And then there's Garrett Winkler, Grizzled Bear, Mojo Rising with 14, and probably a number of different players with 13 that are just the 4 listed here we see on the assist leaders. So I think a much tighter race, but it's all about
yeah,
consistency performance.
yeah, they got the Fulton Reed there right quick. He's the only player on the assist leader there. I think he's the only player. He's the only defenseman on this entire list right now, and he's sitting at second in assists. So, congrats to Fulton Reed, the original Mighty Duck. If you know, you know. If you don't, then go watch the movie. But yeah, Fulton Reed sitting there number 2 with assist as a defenseman. That's good to see. Crazy to see a defenseman popping off like that, putting up lots of points and lots of helpers.
Lots of helpers. And in the points category, something was cooking. And we've got 25 points for Oni Escola with, repping the league right now. 2 points behind him is David Leathers with 23, who's tied with Amelia Rose, both Copenhagen. And then behind them, we've got Ray Bob Diddle, Grizzle Bear, and Voodoo with 22 apiece. So real tight race in the overall points leadership to be continued. And those were our league leaders. When it comes to our rookie leaders, RJ Corker and Javad Storm leading with goals, 7 apiece. Cam Jones, Tom Adamo Jr., Billy Hawk, Javad Storm with 9 assists apiece. In Javad Storm, who is tied for first in both goals and assists, clearly the points leader with 16. But Tom Adamo Jr., Billy Hawk, Cam Jones, and Timothy Alexander, Kai Williams. Shout out Chris Leone. Points all within contention and possibly surpassing one another throughout the end of the season. And now we're going to turn our attention to the transactions that went down in this week with the Montreal Magic signing Mark Lee, Toronto Beasts signing Mike Borson. We had the Sabretooths and the Pharaohs releasing A-Brick Magic. Maccabees had to get rid of Fitzpatrick. Davis left the server. Robinson left the server. Arnautic, another casualty of misprogressions. But there was some great joy that came into the ring with Morrison, Pongston, Bro, Ryan, McCartney, Tupacs, Devlin, Funk, all being signed to minor league teams. And finally, we had the Maccabees signing up Omni Supreme into pros. And finally, we had, Navigators releasing Devonta Duncan, Sabretooths release Kenny Bird, Navigators call up Merle McGuire, and the Sabretooths sign legendary Pumbaa. And that was what went down in the league this week, and obviously some other supplemental information, but all in good nature. Great having you on, Supreme. Any closing words of wisdom?
Yeah, I just want to say that I haven't been able to keep too much up with the league this past couple of weeks, but what I've been seeing, the league's looking really good. Like a lot of tight races for the playoff pushes, and we got some interesting transactions on the go. Lots of new players into the minors, and then myself into the pros, which is tad bit scary for me, being a little fellow like I am. But yeah, no, it's looking good this past couple weeks, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next few weeks. And the playoff race is going to be very interesting this year. But Plotty, what do you think of the last couple weeks of goals?
I think it's been an exciting time, and you know it's going to be even more exciting in episode 47.